Hello again, dear grade 8 students. Now we are going to talk about the square, a circle inside it, and areas. So let's get started. Here is a square A, B, C, D of side 4 centimeters. Okay? Now, as a revision for the properties of the square, all the sides are equal. All the vertices A, B, C, and D are right. Okay? Now, if I ask you about the area of that square, that's a given square. If I ask you about the area of that square, here I'm going to use definitely the side. So the area here for that square is equal to side squared. In the previous video, we talked about the area of a square using diagonal, and it was diagonal squared over 2 instead of side squared. Now, why am I talking about the area? Let's continue and see. That yellow circle is a circle that's tangent to all sides of the square. So, that's a circle of center E and radius. Who can guess how much is the radius of that circle? So, it's a circle of radius that's equal to 2 centimeters, because the whole side of the square is equal to 4 centimeters, and that radius of the circle is exactly half of the side of the square. So the radius of that circle is equal to 2 centimeters. Okay? Now let's remember, what's the area of the square? The area of the square, as I told you, is side square. Let's call it A1. It is side squared, which is 4 squared, which is 16. Now let's remember, what's the area of a circle? The area of the circle, let's call it A2, is equal to, let's remember together, the area of the circle is pi times r squared, which is pi, that famous pi, 3.14, etc., times the radius squared means 2 squared, so it is definitely pi times 4, which we write it as 4 pi. Now, why am I finding the area of the square and that of the circle? Because I'm going now to ask you about the area of the shaded region. That shaded region that doesn't have a definite shape, we need to find its area. Now, it's very simple. What's the area of the shaded region? The area of the shaded region is equal to the area of the big square, that square, minus the area of the circle inside. Because if you notice, look, if we have the circle, then the shaded region is just the area of the square minus the area of the circle. That's the area of the square. That's the shaded square. If I draw the circle, now what remains are shaded with red, and here we say that the area of that shaded region, the sum of these shaded regions, will be the area of the square minus the area of the circle, and thus that shaded region, let's call it A shaded, is equal to the area of the square, which is 16 minus 4 pi. Now, if pi is given, like sometimes we need it or we use it, it's approximately 3.14, we can calculate the area using the calculator. It is 16 minus 4 into 3.14, and thus we get the answer, which is 3.44. So the area of that shaded region is 3.44 centimeter squared, since all the measurements are in centimeter. For the area, the unit is centimeter squared. That's according to the area of the shaded region. So we reviewed the area of a square using the sides, and the area of the circle